Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the FrostBytez gaming experience. Let's go on to our third boss of the game. And again, one that I do not find all that difficult to deal with. May throw you off from time to time with certain attacks, but nothing really too hard. So this is Patchouli, Patchouli, I don't even know. I'm not even going to bother with it. Anyways, she's like a mage, I guess. I don't know. She utilizes books, basically. Her gimmick is that she uses books to attack us with. The reason why she was the easiest boss for me to go against is because her limit break attack, her pinch attack, whatever it is that you want to call it, is not really an attack. She just adds more books to attack you with, but it doesn't really make the gameplay all that much harder. So, you know, like I said, not a relatively tough boss fight, but one that can throw you off from time to time. So let's go ahead and get ourselves chainsaws, start taking advantage of that as soon as we possibly can. Starts off by doing all these little arrow attacks on with her books, keeps you in a small area to utilize it. But because it's a small area, we can utilize it just to throw out more of our chainsaws and get even more damage done to her. Shoots out these fireballs, one from each, just jump right over them. And just take advantage of the fact that she just floats right over you every single time. Does this little water attack here that is easy graze. More easy chainsaws to do. It's one of those, it attacks slow and then it attacks fast kind of ordeal, so keep an eye on that. Throws out these green leaf attacks that can only go through once you actually freeze time. Get more chainsaw attacks in. Already got it down to half. Has little dragon attacks. Nothing too bad. Get some extra graze done. And now she's doing her limit break where she's just going to throw in 2 more books with it. Makes it more fast-paced attack-wise, but other than that, nothing too hard. There's this yellow attack. Just go right to the side. Doesn't ever hit you. She's got one more attack. Let's get more to the center for it. She's going to shoot out these fire. Easy to dodge through. Oh, I actually got hit by one of her attacks there. Unfortunate. That's okay, though. Nothing too bad. So now she's going to start going through attacks a little bit faster, but again, nothing too bad. She's still going to stay through the center throughout most of it, and we can just take so much advantage of that with our chainsaws. During the water attack, you know, it's a little bit smaller now because of it. Going to go to the side there, but we actually should be able to finish her off right here. Easy. So now you guys can see why this was actually the easiest boss to go against in the entirety of the game, because the limit break attack just adds more books, makes it faster attacks, but outside of that, nothing really too hard. Obviously I consider the witch, the second boss fight, to be tougher because, you know, her limit break attack can be confusing, but dodging more book attacks, not really all that tough. As you can see, I leave it with full health. So even though I got hit by one of the attacks, the graze dodges that I was able to do got me back up to full health and almost full MP in no time. That's why you're able to kind of spam attacks against them. I always say use your skill attacks when time is frozen, because if you use those with your actual MP bar, you are going to run out of MP miles faster than just throwing your daggers, so it's better off that way. And whenever you freeze time, you get so much time back anyways that it's just miles easier to do it that way. And again, this is why you want to keep the jewels, because the higher our graze effect gets, the more we're able to get health and MP back whenever we dodge opponents' attacks. But with that, we now have ourselves the green key, so we have access to getting to the 4th section. So let's continue onward, shall we? Let's go ahead and go back to our 1,000 daggers. Again, I only use the chainsaw when going against bosses because most of them do hover above you like we just saw there. I don't know why I did that. That was so dumb. I thought I was still... I thought I switched it to the auto, but I didn't, so that was really dumb of me. Get ourselves some 1,000 daggers on him first. Now let's get 1,000 daggers. Well, I was hoping on them, but I guess because the Frankenstein is a much bigger threat, gotta take care of him first. Gotta get it to 40, and this should take care of him. Perfect. I lost some of the jewels from that first fairy, unfortunately. It's okay, though. No big deal. Just get it from her. Yeah, one thing I don't know is I don't know what any of the drop rates on jewels are based on the enemies you go against. I don't have a single clue on any of those, really. Actually, no, I think there's... have I gotten the hidden thing here yet? Oh, wait, there's not a hidden thing here. Okay, yep, no, I was thinking of another area again. Happens every time. Get another freeze. Might as well just grind up on some jewels a bit with these guys. Should be able to take... Oh, I gotta deal with those fairies again, though. I dislike the fairies so much. Just those ones, you know, that have the bubbles. The other fairies, not really too much of a deal to, you know, of a pain to deal with. But these, I mean, come on. Such a pain. Like, no one needs to blow this many bubbles. Not even SpongeBob. SpongeBob would be disgusted with your use of bubbles for evil instead of good. Just like I am well disgusted with it. Oh, yeah, I think it's right here where the hidden secret is. Yep. Okay. Oh, yeah, the double Frankensteins. Hello. So we're going to get ourselves our very first MP upgrade here. And we'll just abuse the 1,000 daggers like we have been this whole entire time. So in a lot of cases, as you guys can tell, when other than the bosses, even some kind of times in the bosses, but, you know, when going against these normal enemies, a lot of it just comes to freeze time and use your skill ability that takes care of them no problem, or get as many daggers set up as you can. That's really all that comes down to it. You know, again, the biggest shine in these games are the bosses, but everything else, you know, not exactly all that, really, in my opinion. Again, if you are looking to get this game, I would recommend it for probably 10 bucks. Definitely not 12 bucks. Definitely not 15 bucks. In my personal opinion. Nothing against Touhou, you know, because again, this is a really fun game and I am enjoying myself with it. But I can't imagine people, even people that do like Metroidvania style games, I can't imagine too many of them being okay with spending 15 bucks for one as short as this personally. Get as much time as there as we can, even though I utilize it to step back. Gargoyles. Jump up, start shooting out fire. Relatively small range, though. And because every Metroid, well, not Metroidvania, just Castlevania, well, Metroidvania, yeah, but not Metroid games. Anyways, any good Metroidvania-style game, you gotta have yourself a clock tower. But instead of Medusas, we get to deal with these rabbits that have their own little eternal time clock, but it can only do within a certain circular area. So, not the worst to deal with until we get to a later on place where they are just the worst to deal with. Absolutely hate the rabbits. Absolutely hate them. I don't want to freeze time just yet. I'll let them do their attacks first. Get in the right area, and 1,000 daggers for you. Oh yeah, you can only do it one at a time. I forgot about that, actually. You all just throw out a whole bunch. Good deal. Alrighty, so we're going to be coming up to... I mean, this is the most, like, platform-heavy portion of the game. I was going to say, I'm not actually going all that fast through. Give me all those little deals. So we have our last colored obstacles, and that is yellow. It moves in reverse whenever you freeze time. So you have your purple that keep on moving, your green that only move when time is frozen, and your yellow that move in reverse when time is frozen. Little clowns, they throw little gears at you. It's rather obnoxious. The other reason why they're mostly obnoxious is because they're also in areas with the rabbits. Rabbits freeze time, clowns throw gears into you, and you just have yourself a means of fuckery that just really gets annoying. When they're on their own, though, they're actually not all that bad to deal with. Alrighty. Oh, yay me. More wisps that'll just disappear. Yeah, so the auto-aim, like I did state earlier, will actually aim for crevices, you know, little secret hidden areas that you can go through. I should have made my jump there, but I was too busy focusing on talking. We're not going to go through this one just yet, because what's on the other end is the most annoying, in my opinion, of all the secret rooms. Ugh, just auto-aim for these guys. Alright, so this is definitely going to be fun, so I want to double jump, get that opened up. Perfect. Alright, now I can just utilize my time freeze. This one, a little bit easier to go through, but that bottom one we will deal with later. Alright, so this one gives us a fun little obstacle to deal with, but we can just run right through. Basically, it's supposed to look very intimidating, but again, if you know, like, the hitboxes, you know you can just walk right through that and take no damage for it rather easily. Alrighty, and then this one. Perfect. But yeah, we got a lot of, you know, platform-heavy stuff going on in this particular portion of the game. Because, you know, it's the clock tower. It's gotta be. It almost feels like, you know, a necessity in some cases. Alrighty, so, thing to note. In Section 4, we've only got 2 vending machines. But we still have to get 3 trash cans. One is hidden right over there. So we'll get it. We'll freeze time. I like the ones that are right next to the wall, because then even if it throws it forward, it'll bounce back and get inside the trash can. Love ones that are that close to it. And we'll just run across. No problem. Absolutely love the slow platforming in some portions of these games. Not too bad, but some of them do put a halt to the progress going on, especially this one where you have to keep freezing it, letting it get close, and just trying to get through again. But luckily we can just cheese our way the rest of the way through. So the biggest reason why I hate the rabbits, these ghosts. These ghosts can go transparent, so your attacks cannot hit them. But even when they're transparent, they can still hit you. Why? Because ghosts. I kind of wish it was more like Mario, where, you know, if you looked at them, they were transparent. If you looked away, then you can utilize your time attack, so you could set up the knives and then throw it at them and look away so that they would be non-transparent. I think that would be a lot more fun and utilize the time-stopping gimmick more. All right, let me just say this now. I hate this area. These jellyfish respawn whenever you kill them, and they will even respawn when time is frozen. So knowing that, you now know why I do not want to go through that one bonus area just yet, because it is filled to the brim with them, and I'd much rather deal with them when I have a particular skill upgrade that makes dealing with them easier. But aside from also having to deal with the jellyfish, I am horrible at timing the jumps to get these next couple of upgrades. I do not know what it is, why I can't get them right, but, you know, it's whatever. So, let's get rid of this guy. So the first deal here is that we have a little bridge there that gives us an HP. So we're going to freeze time, jump through. We're going to mash double jump. Perfect. Jump back. No problem. It's this next one that really gets me. So you saw little bridge pieces are on the ground, but they're covered in yellow. So we know if we freeze time, we will allow them to come back up. Run right on through, dodge through these guys. Pray we don't get hit. I like to duck to dodge those. But then we have this section. Let's see if I can get on my first go round. So we're going to freeze time, slide on through. Oh boy. Unfreeze time, jump, and I mistimed it. So basically what you want to do is we got to get across to there to get our upgrade. But, you know, if you miss time, you know, when you freeze time like that, then the knives are going to be in a bad area and you're not able to step onto them. So because of that, we got to redo all that again. And I was afraid that that was going to happen because, again, I suck at getting the timing for it down. I don't know what it is about it, but I don't know. My timing for it is just absolutely god-awful. Alright, so freeze time. Let it come back up to us. Good deal. Slide through these games. Duck and pray. Oh, I actually thought I was actually going to fall there. Alright, come on. Get it the second go around here, Will. You got it. What? Okay, that was actually relatively bull, I think. Wait. I can maybe take advantage of this. Oh, I can! Nice! Whew! Alright, feels good. Get our last ability here, the screw knife. With the screw knife, we can now attack through the boxes. Oh boy, I absolutely despise going through that because, as you saw, even though I did freeze time, the knives still, on their own, decided to go to a full vertical, making it impossible for me to jump on it. But I did not know that. That was my first time seeing that. I really hate these ghosts. I really do. Also, I think, I'm not exactly sure on this, but I think once you get the screw knife upgrade, I think your knives actually do more damage. I should have been paying attention to that. I'm doing 11. Yeah, my attack's 11, so it really doesn't. I did think for a while that the screw knife did actually do more damage, but I think it's just because once you're at that certain point of the game, it just feels like you're doing more damage because, you know, you have the jewel upgrades in order to do so. This is the room that I despise so much. We have ghosts, we have rabbits. freezing time, transparent ghost. It doesn't get any better than that. But yeah, with that, we have all of our ability upgrades. So if we go back to this little spreadsheet here, you know, and see all the upgrades you can get, the A are your abilities. There are 4 of those you can get. The K is the keys. We got 3 out of the 5 that we need. S is the skills. We got 3 out of the 6 that we need. And J we'll go into a little bit later once we actually find our first, well, J really. But let's take care of this ghost. And with that, we are going to have to call it a part, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evenings. Catch you all on the next part.